All shocks are not created equal, a truth that becomes happily evident on that first drive with your new set of Falken shocks. Attention to detail and vehicle-specific tuning are a big part of the Falken shock experience, and the willingness to spend the time necessary to make that "I'm impressed" feeling happen makes Falken shocks the go-to solution. The first applications for TerraFlex's new Falken shocks were of course the Jeep Wrangler, but that was just a start. Many of us have tow rigs or even drive Tacomas or Pathfinders on our adventures. As an equal opportunity shock manufacturer, it only seems fair that Falken shocks would supply shocks that would change the lives of our trucker friends as well. No matter what we drive, we want it all. Comfort, predictive handling, control, and stability on the highway or winding through that canyon. Not to mention driving all loaded up with essential gear to go on that camping trip. No, we're overlanding, not camping. The bed mount 10 totally gives it away. Developing and building shocks that don't compromise performance for comfort requires spending the time necessary to independently tune and fit shocks for each new application. And that's exactly what happens as the Falken Shock team creates an amazing new driving experience for each new platform. Vehicle weight, spring rate, intended use, and of course any additional lift height are all considered as part of the shock tuning process. A baseline is established using a shock dyno and by driving the vehicle in its stock configuration. That's both on and off the road. The vehicle is driven for several days to determine the likes and dislikes of the ride and handling. After making some changes and installing a set of Falken shocks, the driving continues for up to 4 weeks. A team of engineers and R&D technicians are involved in the process. Once a general consensus is reached, and I say general because each of us can have a different ride preference, thank goodness for adjustability. Changes are made and the shocks are once again driven in all conditions for another month or so. The reason for the long drive times is so that there's enough seat time to confirm the shock tune in all conditions. When it's all said and done, the tuning and durability testing is taken from 2 to 6 months before all the performance targets have been met and approval is given to production to work their magic. Each new platform that the Falken team develops shocks for may require unique features not required on other vehicles, but maintaining the best ride possible for each application is a top priority. Falken's proprietary volume optimized dampening, or VOD, is a great example of a specialized feature being added to correct a specific vehicle need. VOD is a unique dampening effect. All shocks provide dampening or resistance as the shock compresses then rebounds. The trick is to adjust that dampening effect so the shock can do its job through all driving conditions. Your truck may be traveling through gentle swells in the road and the shock shaft is being slowly compressed and then extended or rebounded. Seconds later, those gentle swells turn into a harsh washboard road where the shocks are being compressed and extended extremely fast. This is where the term shaft speed comes from. A low shaft speed encounters much less resistance than a faster shaft speed. As the shaft and piston compress and rebound, the shock's valving restricts oil, creating a dampening effect. The VOD, or volume optimized dampening, in these shocks is designed to ramp up and dampen at slower speeds and also provide reduced shock bottoming at full compression, when you hit that surprise washout in the road. When a shock's tuning is sensitive only to shaft speed, rough terrain or even pulling into the driveway can cause excessive head toss. Another unique feature is Falken's SUV and truck zone rate tuning, or ZRT. Think of it as 3 separate sections in the shocks. As they cycle, each section reacts differently as the shock is compressed or extended through its range. The fully extended zone uses the negative spring built into the shock to offset shock stress and clunk at full extension during aggressive driving. Say you inadvertently caught some air in your truck. And the good news is that the ZRT will also soften the hit when the shock is fully compressed during landing. At full compression, the ZRT, or zone rate tuning, truck and SUV shocks include a microcellular foam bump stop to reduce bottoming and body roll. Zone Rate tuning provides a great ride and, more importantly, great control during normal use. It also has you covered when you hit that surprise in the road or trail. There's a lot of engineering inside every TerraFlex Falcon shock. They're not just another pretty face.